Hey guys, wanted to do a new video today to show you some accessories that I've bought for my Kel-Tec Sub-2000 carbine. The first thing is called a bolt tube cover. It actually goes on what I call the buffer tube of the rifle. I'll show you this part right here. Now this is metal, and if you lay your cheek on here to get the proper sight picture, you feel the shock of this bolt slamming back and forth inside here. And you know, if it's hot outside or you shoot a lot, it's going to be hot to your cheek, or if it's cold, it's going to be cold. So this is supposed to insulate it and just make it a little more comfortable to shoot. It's made out of some type of rubber type material. I was going to tell you what it's called, but I guess it doesn't really matter. This is made by Tactical Products. They have a website and have a few little accessories for Kel-Tecs and other things. I'm going to attempt to install this on the buffer tube, and I also have a stock extension. It's like a 1-inch extension to go on the buttstock back here to give you just a little more room. This rifle just seems a little short, especially if you're long-armed, kind of like I am, and this gives you just a little more room to get it away from your body a little bit. So I'm going to attempt to install these two items, and we'll see how well that goes. The instructions that come with this bolt tube cover are pretty detailed. It has some color pictures, and it tells you what you got to do to remove this buttstock from the tube to get that insulation on there. So what you have to do, first of all, I'll safety check the weapon. Nothing inside. There's no magazine. What you have to do is take this part off. So what you have to do is put just a little pressure on this back piece back here, and you pull this pin out while holding pressure with your thumb on here, because there's a spring inside here. So that comes out. What you have to do is get this pin out far enough to get off this buttstock. That's the charging handle that dropped out. So it will not come out far enough without. What you have to do, don't know how well this is showing up, but there's a groove here, and there's a little place right here. Apparently there's some type of pin, spring-loaded pin in here that holds this thing in place. So what you have to do is insert this back far enough to get into that pin, and when it gets there, you can twist this pin where you can pull it out just a little bit further. Let's see how well I can do this. There it goes. So I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. It said to be very careful in the instructions not to take this out all the way, because if you do, the tiny pin that holds this in place and the spring will pop out, and you'll probably never find it. So I'm going to attempt to be very careful. So there it goes. It's coming off. Okay, this is supposed to go on. It's supposed to slide on. You can see the Tactical Products logo right here. They say most people prefer to have it on the right side, so that'll be this side. So this is supposed to just slip on, and it goes all the way down to here. And you have a little place here where when you lock the bolt back, you have to have it back far enough to lock into this notch here. So that went on fairly easily. Let's see if I can get this back on. It's hard to do this around the camera. Okay, I'm going to whoop, it came out. Okay guys, I'm back. I panicked for a second because I did exactly what they warned me not to do. I pulled this pin out too far, and the tiny pin inside here, the retaining pin that holds the retaining pin, I don't know what you call that, but anyway, it almost came all the way out, but it didn't. It stayed in there, so luckily I was able to get this back in. So what I need to do now is insert this pin about halfway until I get to that little place, and then turn this to where this pin inside here goes inside this groove here. So there it goes, it snapped into place. So now I don't have to worry about that coming all the way out. So now what I'm going to do is put my charging handle back in and put in my buffer spring. Like this, push it all the way in, and now my pin is in. So now charging handle locks back, have plenty of room, and that should make a more comfortable place to lay your cheek when you're getting your sight picture. Okay, the second thing I bought directly from Kel-Tec, from the website. And this should go on fairly simply. It has these little tabs, and all you do is you put it on the buttstock and slide it up till it locks, and there you have it. That was much simpler than the buffer tube, but this wasn't bad. This wasn't bad at all. Just you be careful and not lose that little pin out of here, then you'll be in good shape. So I just want to do a little how-to video. I've never really done those much, and you could kind of learn with me as I installed this. So if you decide to do one for yourself, you can see kind of what not to do and what you should do. So thanks for watching, guys.